Look, guys, this is really serious. Like, the first 11 seasons, like, I thought for sure I'd get a TV show, but this is the year I'm sure they're going to watch this.
Play action fakes it for passing zone. Yes, touchdown.
Boy, is Fernandez going to have a field day with this. That's the video. We're done. Should I just bullet list my 4 awful picks? I should just be like, look, here are the picks. Because nothing is... that's an outtake. That's a... The thing is, I'm going to go across the street and drink more after this. And here's the thing. It's 1:40 in the afternoon. Talib's in the other room, just hiding from the police. Talib's in the other room. Let me say this. Joe Fernandez, I love you. Ready? Let's go. You ready? I can't do it. Hi. Hello. Hi, and welcome to Genos Mix. Not sure if you watched last season's Super Bowl, and you did. But the fact is, for the 4th straight Super Bowl, Daddy picked the team and the total. That's right, I did. 50, 51, 52, 53, that's math. I picked them all. That's what happens when you do these videos going on your 12th season. You can find any kind of stat to make you look like a genius, and that put Daddy at 47 and 44. December 1st, I was 33%. I'm not kidding. Finished at 52%. And I'm not saying I'm a genius. I'm saying that's gambling. And what would be a pretty much break-even season, that's not bad for 5+ months of entertainment. You might have lost a few bucks because it's 52.37, but that's great. So out of 11 seasons, I'm not making this up. And I don't know what I'm doing. Do I? No. That gives Daddy 10 seasons out of 11, over 50% with his picks. Please hold. Steve gets a platter the size of your face of fried food, and I eat it all. So, whatever. If you don't believe me on those picks, go back and watch them online. Or you can save a weekend worth of bypassing current porn to watch my afro, which looks like 70s porn. See what I did? Just to watch this week's Season 12 premiere of Genos Picks. So let's fucking get to it, shall we? We shall. Ready for this? This pick. Dude, this pick didn't even use the joke I had for it. I got so wordy with other stupid jokes, I never got to the joke. Ready? Which makes you know it's going to lose, but whatever. My first pick, the Bengals are getting 9.5 from the Seahawks in Seattle. As a guy who used to love cocaine before Mexicans became too lazy to evenly mix the baby laxative, detergent, and fentanyl throughout the entire bowl. Don't you watch fucking Beauty and the Beast? Throughout the entire bowl of cocaine, you have one fucking job. Stir the fentanyl, and we'll let your daughter out of the Cocker Spaniel size carrier box at the end of your shift. How fucking hard is that? Stir them. No, that's enough. All the fentanyl's in one spot. Sorry, Tyler Ball Skaggs. Let me tell you, as anyone who does cocaine at a party knows this, take the big lines early. Take the big lines early. Because just like the NFL season, when it's starting to get late, that's when you have the most money to play with early. Obviously, the Seahawks are the better team. And they're at home with 30-year-old Russell Wilson under center, as he only seems to get smarter with age. And speaking of age, that reminds me of the Bengals' new head coach. Who is it, Garrett?
Marvin Lewis.
No! They finally fired him. Who is it, Steve?
Marvin Lewis.
No one knows! It's Zach Taylor! You know why you don't know who that is? Because he's just 6 years older than Danger Russ, and 1 year ago, he was the quarterback coach for Jared Goff. Wow! So you're the guy that stands next to a fucking great quarterback of the whistle saying, yeah, do that again, and that makes one of you the greatest coaches in the history of the game? I guess that makes the guys that built the furnace at Auschwitz master chefs. It doesn't. It doesn't. Thank you, Garrett. Oh, and by the way, a year before that, you know what fucking he was? He was assistant wide receivers coach for the Rams. And you know what he was the year before that, Garrett? He was the assistant to the assistant manager at the movie theater in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It doesn't take a GED to know the Bengals are lost without A.J. Green. Take Seattle and lay the double-digit 10. 9.5. See, that's amazing. I wrote that drop. Another one? You got it. My next pick, your Jets, Garrett, and I love them, are laying, or as I like to say, laying. There's no N in it. Laying. I don't like using words with N in them because they can't be trusted. 3 to the Bills. at MetLife Stadium. Last year I told you the Jets should have sat Sam Darnold for a year, but they didn't listen to me because they failed to do what I, along with 98% of the NFL, said a year and a half earlier, that they should have fired Todd Bowles after he had a second consecutive 5-11 season in 2017. Yet despite the fact that he followed his 10-6 debut in 2015 with a pair of 5-11 seasons the next two, they gave Bowles, did you see this? You remember? A contract extension in week 16, the second to last week of the season, for $5 million in 2018. So what did he do? He rushed Sam Darnold into starting duty to try and save his job, and not surprisingly, when you start a quarterback too soon, went 4-12 before getting canned. But kudos to Todd Bowles for getting the last $5 million out of the Jets, because the last person to steal that much money late in their career was Todd Bridges. But now, thank you, Garrett. But now the Jets have a new head coach in Adam Gase, who I did make fun of you, but I like him now, was able to turn a mediocre college wide receiver like Ryan Tannehill into a slightly above average quarterback in the NFL. Watch what he can do with a well above average college QB like Sam Darnold, who suddenly has Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. Take the Jets, lay the tray. Sometimes just the smell of alcohol. She's been married 11 weeks. 11 weeks now. What? Oh, my next pick. The Dolphins are getting 6 and a hook from the Ravens in Miami. Okay, look, I'm not saying the Dolphins are tanking this year. Their fans are. This side. Is it this side? Their fans are. It's a picture. I had to get. Look, I'm not saying if this wait, hold on. Their fans are. I mean, if this slogan, it's fine. It's fine. Think there's any of those chicken fingers left? See, I mean, if this logo doesn't say it, then their head coach Brian Flores surely did when he decided to use Ryan Fitzpatrick as their starter over Josh Rosen. But as dumb as it seems starting Fitzpatrick, the fact is this guy plays great in meaningless games. And you're about as worried about being benched as you are about getting acne. What do you had to lose? Look for the Dolphins to use the Devil Dogs offense. What's the Devil Dogs offense? I'll tell you. Where a dark chocolatey Drake, that's their running back, Kenyon Drake, is jammed down your throat till you nearly choke on it. Just wrote that. Can you believe I wrote that 2 minutes ago? No, shocking, right? Take the Fins and the 6.5 you're getting. We've all nearly choked on a devil dog, right? Let's wrap it up. There's no way I'm getting on that train. All right. Which brings me to my Double Your Money Monday night bet, or as I like to call it. By the way, really quickly, I'll say it again. Me and Garrett are on it. Over on the team total for the Giants and Jets, under on the Browns. Ready? The Texans are getting a TD from the Saints on Monday night. Sure, the Texans head coach and GM Bill O'Brien is getting raked over the coals for letting former number 1 overall draft pick Jadeveon Clowney go to Seattle for his song. If that song were Nirvana's Rape Me. Love them. But I promise he won't do it again. You know why I know he won't do it again? Because he just traded a pair of first-round picks away. Can't fucking lose them. But he did it the same day he traded Clowney, and he got Laramie Tunsil from the Dolphins and Kenny Stills. And let me tell you, while you guys are sitting there thinking of the one term to describe the long term of the effects of those trades, I will tell you the same thing affects those trades in the short term: abortion. Oh, come on. Short-term abortion, take your stem cells. Because the Texans got rid of a defender that was unhappy with the team, and suddenly gave one of the most dynamic QBs in the game in Deshaun Watson, a top 5 talent to guard his blind side in Tunsil. Oh yeah, and they still have one of the best wide receivers in the game in DeAndre Hopkins, and I can never think of that defender. Oh yeah, every MVP, fucking J.J. Watt. The Texans keep this one closer than you think, if not flat out steal a game, I put still, from the Saints in week 1, where anything can happen. Take the Texans, the 7 you're getting. Which was seasons. Hi. Those are Genos picks. I'll see you next week. I'm going to get a haircut and sober up. Well, I'm going to get a haircut.